Welcome to Explore the SRV with Laura Good, your gateway to discovering the beauty, culture, and charm of Pennsylvania's Susquehanna River Valley. From rolling farmlands and historic towns to vibrant local businesses and outdoor adventures, the SRV is an amazing place to live, work, and play. Each episode, we'll dive into the people, places, and stories that make this region so special. Explore the SRV with Laura Good is brought to you by the Susquehanna River Valley Visitors Bureau, your guide to experiencing all that the Susquehanna River Valley has to offer. Welcome to the second episode of Explore the SRV, the Susquehanna River Valley. I'm Laura Good, inside Whispering Oaks, which is right off of Route 61, just outside of Sunbury. And I'm joined by co-owners Tracy and Ryan. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hello there. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm surprised, though. I just have to say, I know it's a little early in the day. We are recording like on a weekday at 1 o'clock, but I'm missing something, guys.
We're such bad hosts. You should have offered that.
Why is my hand empty? We are a winery, right?
Embarrassing.
No, it's the reason why we're at the winery, though, is October is Pennsylvania Wine Month, and we have so many amazing wineries right here in the central Susquehanna River Valley. I do also want to introduce one other person at the table, Amanda Coleman, who is the brand new, newly minted marketing coordinator for the Susquehanna River Valley Visitors Bureau. How's it going, Amanda?
It's going great. It's a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania.
It is. And hey, I have a little round of applause for the podcast. You set it up.
I did all by
on your
myself.
own. I'm so proud.
Yay.
I'm so very proud of you.
I should have a drink in my hand as well.
You know what? Afterwards, it'll be close enough to 5 o'clock.
Celebratory. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Celebratory post podcast. So for listeners who are joining in, this is a podcast all about the Susquehanna River Valley, where we all love to live, work, and play. Counties right in the middle of Pennsylvania. For those who haven't been to Whispering Oaks yet, Tracy, Ryan, tell us about your winery, because I learned something new just walking in, that there are 10 co-owners.
Yeah, there are. So it all sort of began with a perfect storm. Ryan and I wanted to move home to be closer to my family up here in central PA. We also wanted to start a business. We knew that going into our move. My parents did have some land available, so they were willing to assist with that. And then, like you said, we had 6 other family members in addition to Ryan and I and my parents who were crazy enough to hop on with us when we kind of approached. So in addition to the 4 of us, it's also my 2 brothers, their wives, and then Ryan's mom and stepfather. So at this point, there's pretty much 4 active managers still involved. My Brian and Jackie on the rental side and Ryan and I on the wine side. But I have to tell you, in the early years when we were building this business, and really the first couple years of being open, it was a village. It was all 10 of us that came together with our unique talents and stuff and really got it off the ground.
So what year did you open?
So we planted our vineyard in 2010 and 11. We planted 2 acres of vineyard, and then it was new construction. So we actually started the winery being licensed in our basement.
Oh my gosh.
2014 or 15. And then during construction, we were ready to be open and ready for sales and weddings by July of 2016.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's been a little bit of a journey, almost 10 years.
Yeah. When you include the vineyard, really, we're at 15.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's incredible. I had no idea. I've obviously been here for weddings, events. The Visitors Bureau has hosted a couple of things here. You guys are wonderful members of the Visitors Bureau, but who knew? So true family affair. I have to ask one off the books question. Maybe Ryan can answer this one. How are we at the inter-family relationships? Because I feel like when your wife says, "Hey, I want to move back home," and you're like, "Wait, what? What do you want to do? You want to do what?"
It all worked out fine. Yeah, it was,
Spoken like a true, perfect partner. Good job.
It was, everybody has their ups and downs and everything, but all in all, everybody did come together in the beginning, got the place going, and now we all still talk, we all still get along, and
That's impressive. 15 years in a row. That's impressive. Very good. So the name Whispering Oaks, where did you guys get the inspiration? Because I love your logo, the wine glass kind of rooted in the tree itself, with the roots coming from the wine itself. Where did that inspiration come from?
Yeah, so when we were deciding on a name, we tossed around a lot of ideas. We know that the general area of the winery would have been walked on, and there was a lot of Native American around Native American culture around here, and lived in the area, so there's a lot of large oak trees that border our property. So we would talk, and we often wondered, like, if those trees could talk, I'm sure they could tell us some interesting stories. I'm sure some of them are well into 100 years old. So it just became an extension of that wonderment. If we listened closely, what would we hear from the trees? So it just kind of became, talking trees, and then it was like, well, what about Whispering Oaks?
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I love that.
That's fantastic.
That is great.
Right? What a way to kind of give a nod to the history of the space and the land that we live in, but then also, like, you're rooted in family. That's amazing. Wow, guys.
Thanks. And I do have to give my brother some credit here. Brian, he was the one that came up with the differences in our roots. And, with the vineyard and grapevines, their roots are very quintessential to quality wine and everything. So we wanted to also pay homage to our family, the roots that they've established here in the area, and our family, as well as the vines too. So that was
so now you mentioned that when you first began, you planted vines, and we can see them out the beautiful large windows looking down into the valley. What type of grapes do you grow here?
So we planted 5 varietals that are known to do well in the area. The most that we have are Traminette and Chamberson. They're very well adjusted to the East Coast and our climate. So we have Traminette, Chamberson, and then we did a few rows of Catalba, which is a popular grape around here. Cayuga White, which is a very versatile grape, and Vignole, which is it's a different. It makes a good sweet white wine, but it's a little bit different than your typical, like, Niagara and that kind of thing.
So out of sort of the family members, the two of you are the wine side, and you mentioned Brian and Jackie are sort of the event wedding side. So who's the vintner here? Which one is out there, like, tying and pruning? Is it you, Ryan?
That's me.
Okay.
And my son is actually started helping a lot this year. So
that's fantastic.
Not my son, our son. Helped a lot this
Did you
year.
have to go and get education? How did that come about?
I'm not formally educated, as far as this goes. It was just kind of like maybe trial and error, reading books. I went to some of the other local wineries, Spyglass. I went down there and worked in their vineyard in the beginning, worked with them with bottling wine and things, and then Beninas Creek. They were very helpful in the beginning when we were planting the vineyard. And so it was kind of like, all right, never planted vines before. Let's buy a bunch of grapevines and put them in the ground.
Let's
and
go
hope
for
the
it.
best.
Let's go for it. So October is Pennsylvania Wine Month. So celebrating statewide. That means that we don't have to travel. You just mentioned, probably within an easy 30 to 50-minute drive, a couple of different wineries that were kind enough to work with you and help you when you got started. So it seems like we don't all necessarily have to leave the Susquehanna River Valley to taste and purchase quality wine.
It's very true. It's Pennsylvania recognizes and celebrates, a lot of the wineries around here, which is nice. Pennsylvania wines have not only grown in number, but also in quality and variety around the area. So often hear Pennsylvania residents going to New York Finger Lakes for wine tours, but we want to highlight and showcase the PA wines, and we thought that was something we would be able to do with what we started here, and keep some of those residents here getting our wine,
right?
But.
Exactly. And you're part of the Pennsylvania Preferred program, correct? So what does that mean, PA Preferred, for folks who aren't familiar?
Yeah, it's actually a really great resource. It helps identify and promote Pennsylvania items that are grown, produced, or processed here in Pennsylvania. So we're actually fortunate to go out into the community to several farmers markets and really see what's being produced locally. and the quality, that you can get from somebody that just picked it the day before, and it has it here, or the bakers that it came right from their kitchen. So we're fortunate, and anybody that's fortunate enough to get to a farmer's market can do that firsthand. But the PA Preferred program actually has a website that you can even go to and type in, if you're curious what this farmer has to offer, you can type it in as a member, or if you're looking for local cheese or local wine, you can also search by product. So you can just type the product you're looking for, and the PA Preferred program anybody that's been registered with that program in Pennsylvania, it will showcase what they have to offer and really highlight what's available here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
So
I had
really
no
cool.
idea that you could search via product. That's fantastic.
It's really cool,
So if I'm looking for Pennsylvania preferred wines, for example, with grapes that are grown in PA, obviously Whispering Oaks would pop right up, but then I feel like other places like maybe Shade Mountain, I know they have extensive vineyards. They would also pop up as well?
Yeah, they should. And really, I would encourage anybody that hasn't gotten enrolled as a member in that program that would qualify to absolutely take advantage of that resource and make themselves available on that network. So if somebody is searching for their product, they come up in that search and can be supported.
So the fall in Pennsylvania, I think we're so lucky to live where we are. I don't know if
Gorgeous.
you agree, Amanda.
I love it. As I was driving here, I was like,
fall,
the
y'all.
leaves are beautiful.
I just posted on social media, as one does, the obligatory, like, it's fall, y'all, photo of myself, my husband, like in a hat next to a red maple tree. That's what one does, right? And ironically, we were at a winery. It's funny how that works. Yeah. Anyway, this location is perfect for the autumn because you have the most extraordinary view out the back. In terms of things that are happening, it's a busy time of year for vineyards. I know you have certain things that you do with the vines in the fall, but what all do you guys have going on here at Whispering Oaks that people could join in on this season?
Yeah, you're right. It is a busy time of year. Harvest comes around and always kind of sneaks up on you, But we did get harvest completed and then move on to getting everything fermented for next year's wines. We got there, and this it's a like you said, the valley and the foliage this time of year. It's a very good time of year for weddings around here. Got beautiful views, and the trees are. In the last week, I feel like they finally popped. They popped.
Yeah,
and,
it was like touch and go there.
Yeah, for a little bit. But it is.
Yeah.
It did. Yes.
And people are able to come out in October here and enjoy some of the foliage. Like Ryan said, it's a prime wedding season month, and that's going on here. But then we also do still have our Thursday music series going on throughout October. There was 2 Sunday events. One has passed, but there's going to be another coming up this Sunday. So we do have a couple other opportunities for people to come out and enjoy some entertainment, or our tasting room. The tasting room, you're welcome to come and enjoy the views too, just during those regular hours.
If folks are interested in learning more about Whispering Oaks, the events, or even maybe there's a bride listening, right, and she hasn't decided, or the couple hasn't decided on their wedding venue yet, where can people find you? I'm assuming all the things, right?
Yeah. So we're really have a heavy presence there on Facebook in terms of what's going on, what's coming up, where you can find us outside of the winery, and then our website. We also will host. If people aren't on Facebook, they're welcome to go right to the website, and that has a lot of that same information. So
we'll make sure to share that website on socials as well. You can like and follow. VisitCentralPA.org, of course, is the website where you can find all of the podcasts and all of the things. And we talked a little bit about what you have growing out there, but now we have to get into the nitty-gritty, the wines, what you're known for, what you produce, and what people can expect if they come to do a tasting.
Right. So we wine it's one of those things that so they come and go. So we try to keep most of our wines available as much as we can around the year. But one of our top sellers is definitely our peach wine. It's Poppy's Peach. We call it, Tracy's dad is known as Poppy, so it's kind of in tribute to him. So that's.
Poppy liked his wine.
Our
that's
best
fantastic.
Seller,
Ironically, Poppy doesn't like wine. He makes
my
faces
God.
at wine,
No
but that's
way.
the one he doesn't make faces at. So that's
Okay, Poppy's Peach, got it.
love
Oh,
it.
that's hilarious.
and then and this time of year, cranberry is a big hit. It's nice fall wine, goes well with, this time of year, the cool weather and Thanksgiving coming up. Our Concord or Niagara are popular. They're popular sweet wines. The sweeter wines are typically the ones that are popular in the area, but we have a full array of wines. Everything from dry red to sweet white, sweet red. Some fruit wines. It's our Chardonnay has gained some popularity this year. I'm not always a big fan of Chardonnay, but people seem to like it, so that's good.
That's fair. So if you had to share your personal favorite, what is your favorite wine?
I like, typically I do like dry reds, but, not all the time. I tend to stay middle of the road, like a nice blend. We have an Entwined. That's a nice blend. This time of year, cranberry's good. I like making a spritzer with the cranberry.
Oh my God,
it's
you're
really
speaking
good.
my language.
You can go sweeter if you want soda, or I do club soda or like seltzer, so it's not quite as sweet with a little twist of lime is good. And then this time of year too, our apple wine is good, like at Thanksgiving time.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So it's an apple cider wine. So.
What about you, Tracy?
Oh my gosh, my big joke is I'm a big fan of whatever you have open. That's my favorite.
I like your style.
great.
Amanda, do you have a favorite wine?
I really want to try the Poppy's
peach.
That sounds delicious. I'm a sweet wine girl.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yes.
I am a dry wine girl, so dry reds, dry whites are my jam. I actually really like your Chardonnay, and I do honestly.
I appreciate that.
I don't mind sharing that because Chardonnays are tough. There are some that I really, really do not like, but yours is a 10 out of 10. Good job.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No, I'm a dry wine girl, but your Chamberson, your Chardonnay, and then I can't remember a while back. There was one that was like slightly sparkling, or maybe I just had a spritzer at the bar. These things get fuzzy. I'm not gonna lie.
It happens.
Could have been either, actually.
Right? Yeah. But for someone planning a visit to the Susquehanna River Valley, because of course that's what this podcast is all about, getting people to learn about our area and then visit, passing through, what can they expect when stopping for a tasting?
Yeah, so I think probably the biggest impression they're probably going to, before they even get in the door, is going to be, like you said, some of the scenery here. So
It is beautiful.
They're going to come up through that vineyard, and then they get to the top of the valley and have that valley view that just is endless. So I think that's always the biggest impression, first impression. But you're right. Once they get in the tasting room, we strive for a warm and friendly, welcome. We like to treat our guests like family. The tastings, are a great way to sample the wines. You can do a sample or a tasting of 4 or 5 wines. And then you can always add a charcuterie plate to that if you'd like to have something to nibble on while you're having that tasting. And if you're not a wine drinker, I wouldn't be discouraged from coming, because we do still offer, Pennsylvania-produced beers, cocktails, local sodas, things like that. So,
that's great, because not everybody likes wine, and that's okay. I feel like when you're talking about what you prefer to drink or not drink, you can have a mocktail, you can have a cider, you can have a beer, you can have a wine, and that's why I never kind of like poo-poo anybody else's taste preference. I might not like sweet wines. Amanda, you said you love sweet wines.
Yes.
But like, to each their own.
Exactly.
Absolutely. We just say drink what you like.
Exactly. Life is too short to drink what you don't like, right?
Exactly.
So when somebody's like, "Oh my God, you don't like that?" No, I don't. Yeah. No, thank you, and that's fine.
Exactly.
It's totally fine. Speaking, you mentioned charcuterie. Do you partner with any local farms or other local businesses?
We do, actually. So we offer some game summer sausage from Schaefer's Venison Farm out in Herndon. Yeah. So it's really great. It's something different, we feel. It's local, locally produced, and it's also a bit healthier. It's a little leaner of a meat. And there are meats that will be locally produced. And then on the cheese side, we partner with Gut Esse out of Howard, Pennsylvania, an Amish outfit that is very, very local, and they actually source their cow milk and goat milk from neighboring farms.
Amazing.
So it's really as fresh and local as you can get. And we've toured their establishment. If you ever have the opportunity, they are a legit cheese-making enterprise.
Wow,
it's
so
really
cool.
impressive. So if you're ever down in the Penn State area, they're down that way, and it's worth a visit.
Probably another provider that you could find on that PA preferred list we were talking about earlier, where you really want to seek out truly local produced goods baked goods, farm goods, etc., PA preferred, it's the way to go probably.
Yep, it is. And even chips and pretzels. I mean, down to just the snack items. We're lucky enough to have Middlesworth and Uncle Henry's, So we're really fortunate to be in Pennsylvania where you really have all those local alternatives, available.
So you mentioned earlier that you kind of decided to move back home to be closer to family, which I think is what happens to a lot of us, right? We leave, we go, we live someplace else, and then family pulls us home. But being part of, central Pennsylvania, the Susquehanna River Valley, what community influence, how does that feel being a small business in this community?
So yeah, I think, and it really comes back around to that natural beauty for us, really, it does. I mean, we've lived here most of our lives, and we can still stop in our tracks and stop to watch the sunset, or pull our phone out to take a photo of the fog in the valley, or one of the Four Seasons where you can get some really, amazing photos, where it's just so, it's not lost on us, the natural beauty that surrounds us and we have available to us, it's just, we're very blessed to live in this area for that reason. And then I think the people also are very friendly in central Pennsylvania. It's just they're the warmest people, So, and we're able to touch their lives, and whether it's a tasting room, the music, weddings, up to celebrations of life at the end of life.
Sure, yeah.
Farmer markets, festivals. We're kind of out there in the community, or the community's here with us in some way, shape, or form, and. Yeah, we're really blessed. We feel blessed that we can have that kind of.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Connection.
What about you, Ryan? Anything to add?
I was just thinking, we have a sign that hangs over our door down in the tasting room. It says, "Enter as strangers and leave as friends." So
what a perfect summary.
That's kind of how, and everybody that gets married here, we've always said, you become part of our family. It's a special day, and people come out and celebrate that with us. And, you see people that got married here 6 years ago, now they have 2 kids, and they stop back in the tasting room.
Aww.
And it's really cool, that we've been a part of the community now for 9 years, and soon to be 10 years, coming next
But then,
July,
since you started, 15, right?
15
so,
since, we
wow.
moved up to the area in yep.
Wow. So, speaking of weddings, things that are going on, we are in a big, gorgeous event space. And the other half, so Brian and Jackie, I understand, they couldn't join us today, but they're the ones who organize some of the events and weddings that take place here.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they are incredible. They work with the bride and groom from the very beginning when they were booked to right up to the day of, making sure that every last little detail goes as planned. They really... they want to make sure if you're renting here that you're going to be able to enjoy the day that you're planning and hosting here, as well as, so even as the planner and coordinator, you can relax and enjoy. They want to take those little details off your plate. So yeah, and they do treat every renter as family. So
well, it's a beautiful space, and the view can't be beat. So if I had to do it all over again, I don't know. I've been married long enough, though, that unfortunately you didn't exist. Yeah. Sad times.
Same.
I'm an old lady, right?
Same.
Sad times. So what's next for Whispering Oaks, you two? Any new wines or events or anything that you're excited about heading into the last quarter of 2025 or even into 2026?
Should I go first? One thing, when we were talking about the wine, I didn't mention, we tried something new this year. We did a strawberry wine. I mentioned the sweet wines, they're the hits. So we did try that this year, and we're always interested in it. It takes time and takes work, but people want new things. So I'm trying to get better at that and add some new products while keeping the products that people like too. We're thinking about, we do wine slushies. That's a big part of we have them in the tasting room. We also have a trailer that we go around to events and do wine slushies, and people really like our slushies. So, and they always ask, "Oh, do you have that wine?"
Oh, okay.
And we're like, "No, it's made with this wine, and we add flavor to it, and we do this, do that, whatever." So they're like, "Oh, well, that would be great if it was bottled," So it's something that we're kicking around. Don't know when yet, but we do want to try to.
I feel like you could make a mint. There's that ninja slushy maker now. You just get the bottle from Whispering Oaks and dump it in.
Yep. We do a pear Chardonnay slush, and that people say that about that a lot. So we're trying to venture into that maybe.
Sounds good. Sounds delicious. So, as we wrap up here, any final thoughts? Thank you so much for hosting
Oh
us
my
today.
gosh, thank you for having or coming. Yeah, we're thrilled to be part of this.
We had to celebrate Pennsylvania Wine Month
Absolutely.
at a winery.
It is like an unspoken rule.
Correct. Is it time to go taste wine?
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Amanda's out of here. But Tracy and Ryan, seriously, thank you so much for your time today. If folks want to find you, Facebook, just look up Whispering Oaks, your website.
Yeah, it's whisperingoaksvineyard.com. Yeah,
Perfect.
So, yeah.
And of course, as always, if you want to continue.
Sorry,
No,
my
that's
bad.
okay.
whisperingoaksvineyardpa.com.
Okay, whisperingoaksvineyardpa.com.
How about Pennsylvania?
Oaks with an S, vineyard with an E, because they're forgotten a lot. And then there's PA added in there. Yeah, so Whispering Oaks Vineyard.
Go to
PA.com.
Facebook. You can find all the links there. It's easiest. Of course, if you would want to continue your journey here in the Susquehanna River Valley, visit centralpa.org is your one-stop shop, the Susquehanna River Valley Visitors Bureau. I'm Laura Good. Tracy and Ryan, thank you for joining me today. And as
Thanks for
always,
having us.
keep exploring out there in the SRV. Thanks for exploring the Susquehanna River Valley today. There's always more to discover, so keep learning and start planning your own trip at visitcentralpa.org. Until next time, I'm Laura Good, inviting you to experience why the Susquehanna River Valley is the perfect place to live, work, and play.